I also would like to know what indicators you use. If you have been trading for a while, what indicators have you been using? On the chart I have in front of us here, I have quite a few indicators on it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a chart that doesn't have so many indicators. Maybe this one. Because I want to talk about this stock, Tesla. If you want me to talk about cryptocurrency, let me know what trades you're in. So like I said, today is a free for all day. Most Saturdays, I will have a particular topic that I want to talk about. But today, I'm all yours. So if you're brand new to trading, it's very important to be part of a community. And it's for that reason that I set up my Telegram group. It's pretty new. I think I've had it for, I don't think I've even had it for a month, but we're almost 200 on that platform. And basically what it does is when you have those day-to-day questions, hey, if you have those, whenever you have those hour-to-hour questions that you just need someone to have some input into, then the Telegram group is a good place to go to ask. I may not be on it. Obviously, I won't be on it 24 hours. But there's so many people from around the world who are on it who can answer your questions 24 hours literally. So join that. I left the link in the description box above. I don't know why I have these glasses on because I think they're glaring. I use them in front of a computer. Helps me not to squint at the screen. Okay, so yes, Tunde's learned to use Bollinger Bands, RSI, simple moving averages, but doesn't understand moving averages. Okay, moving averages are very interesting indicators because basically you set it up the way you want. So when I started out trading, I was the person who mentored me would use the 5-day and the 10-day moving average. And it is what exactly it says it is. It is the average price of whatever you're trading. It is the average price over the past 5 days and the average price over the past 10 days. And the concept is it helps you know when to enter into a trade and when to exit a trade. Excuse me. So let's go to this screen. It's a bit busy, but trying to ignore the busyness of it because these are the moving averages I trade with. I trade with the yellow, which is the 20-day moving average. I trade with the purple, which is let me come out of this. No. I trade with the purple, which is the 8-day moving average. And I trade with the green, which is the 3-day moving average. Whenever the smaller moving average crosses over the larger one, it is showing a sign, a reversal sign. And so if you're looking to go long in a trade, you're looking to make profit when your security increases in price, then you want to wait for a crossover. It's basically called the golden cross. I can search out a crossover for you. So basically we want, see right here, we want the smaller moving average to be above the next one and the next one. So the largest moving average will be at the bottom, the smallest one at the top. And that's what you're looking for. Once you can get that orientation where the small one is at the top, like here, the smaller one is the green. It crosses over the larger one, which is the purple. And so that could indicate price reversal. As we can see, we see price was going down on this green candlestick and then it started going up. Now, the crossover comes after the green candlestick, but we still see that upward movement all the way to the top of this red wick. And so that is basically how your moving averages work. Yes, I love moving averages. As you can see, I use them a lot. I was trading Tesla. Did anybody say they're into cryptocurrency? I saw. Oh, so Tunde is learning about cryptocurrency. How about Sanumi? What are you learning? What are you trading, or what have you been trading? How long have you been trading? I mean, whilst there's still a few of us, I can take your individual questions. When there's more that get on the platform, it's going to be hard to take all your individual questions. So it's best to ask them now. Okay, so I do have several videos on the moving averages. So it's important that you, you know, I encourage anybody interested in learning how to trade. You've got to be able to dedicate at the minimum an hour a day. If that needs to be 7 days a week, then so be it. But it's got to be your passion. If you're not dedicating time to trading, I mean, you just want to rethink it, because we're talking about money here. So you really don't want to get into something that you're not too knowledgeable about, because in this case, you will lose money. Okay. So if you're new to the platform, let us know you're there. Give us your country. I love to know what countries you're beaming in from. Where are you tuning in from? We've got 8 people on the platform right now. So where are you tuning in from? How long have you been trading? What do you trade? Let us know a little bit about you. Okay, so Tunde, the stage is yours. There's nobody else asking questions except you. So golden crosses are good for entry. Yes, golden crosses are good for entries, not every single time. And this is what makes or creates the need to be well educated in how to use your indicators. There is no one indicator in the whole history of trading, no matter what you're trading, that can give you 100% accuracy. And that's why you need to be able to, once you see a signal from one of your indicators, you want to double check it against another indicator. And then after that, you still want to double check those two against another indicator. Yes. Hello, Vivi from Sweden. Or is it John? John Vivi. How are you? One of my really good friends lives in Sweden. So it's good to have you. And then we have Summer Sky. Summer Sky from UK. I need to know, put in the chat box how long you have been trading and what you trade. I have a lot of subscribers on my channel who trade cryptocurrency. I started off in cryptocurrency, but since I started off my channel, I don't know how many years ago now, maybe upwards of 5 years ago, I haven't been consistent the whole 5 years. But since I started it, I started off with cryptocurrency. But since then, I've moved to trading equities and options. Okay, so what do we have here? Oh, Vivi is new into crypto, just 2 days. Wow, welcome on board. Hi, Ursin. Amir, where are you from, Ursin? Where are you from? Okay, so let's go back to the question, a technical question. So what is the difference between the EMA and the simple MA? Now, that is a very good question. The simple moving average is simply that, just the average of the price of your equity over the past X number of days. And it just shows the average. The EMA is the one I use. So what I have up here are my EMAs. And the good thing about the EMA is it doesn't just show the average price, but it incorporates into its calculation the volume at that point in time. So volume is necessary for liquidity. Without volume in a stock, you don't want to, or whatever you're trading, you want to think twice before you enter into a trade where there's not adequate volume, because you want to be able to get into your trade and get out when you want to get out, like boom boom. You don't want to wait around because you want to sell your holdings and there's no one to buy, because when volume is low, buyers are low. And so the EMA does a better job of when it's showing a crossover. You know it's showing a crossover based on the fact that there's increased volume as well. So that's also important. Ursin is from Russia. Wow. I wonder if it's colder in Russia than it is here. It probably is. Oh, and it's just started snowing here, by the way. So I'm in New Jersey, which is a small little state right below New York. As close as I am to New York, I do not frequent New York. I do not like New York. I do not go there frequently. The last time I went to New York must have been like 2 years ago. I have no business in New York. But yes, I'm so close to New York. Another question from Ursin: which time periods do we need to? Okay, I'll just read the way you wrote it. Which time period we need to decide for day trade? 1 hour or 4 hour? That's a very good question. The 1 hour or the 4 hour? Now, it's important to identify what kind of trades you want to get in. The length of time you want to stay in a trade is what will determine the time frame that you'll be more focused on. Now, if I wanted to get into a trade, if I wanted to get into a trade, like for now, Bitcoin, I just buy Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I buy Bitcoin, and I have no plan of selling any of my Bitcoin anytime soon. Bitcoin is going to 100K. It's already at, it's already 60% of the way. It's gone 60% of the way. So if I want to get back into Bitcoin, I would be looking at my higher time frames. Why am I looking at my higher time frames? Because I plan to hold it over a long period of time. When I day trade, the trade I took here, so this is Tesla. I traded Tesla on Friday. And here are my different time frames that I use. So these are the different time frames that I personally use. So the first thing is I'm going to use the higher time frames. Where's my daily? Okay, I'm already on the daily. I'm going to use my daily, which is where it is right now, to determine the trend. Like, is it upward trending? Is it downward trending? If I zoom out, guys, you can see the trend. So look at this over, I don't know, I think I have this over how many days? Oh, over 1 year. So we have 365 days worth of candlesticks here. You can see the trend very clearly. Up there, down, up, 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 and up here, up till Tesla hit $900 on the 26th of January. And can you tell me the trend since then? Is it obvious? Can anybody tell me the trend of Tesla since it hit, after it hit 900? Would you say Tesla is uptrending or downtrending? Let's see. Anyone? All I need is one correct answer. After Tesla hit this high here, would you say Tesla is in a downtrend or an uptrend? Quick. Let's have your answers before I give the answer. No, I don't know. I think we have connectivity issues. Hi, Margaret. It's good to see you all the way from UK. That's my bestest friend ever. Checking me out. Okay, so Tesla is in a downtrend. It's very obvious. And the only way I could tell that thank you, Ursin. Thank you, Ursin. Thank you, Tunde. It's in a downtrend. So I could tell the trend from looking at my higher time scales. Now, once I figured out Tesla was in a downtrend, I want to make money whilst it's going down. So I'm now going to go into my lower time frames. So I will now use my 4-day. Now, the mentor I had, now this has really helped me so much. I had a mentor about 2 years ago who mentored me in options trading, and he had several rules, to being profitable as a trader on a consistent basis. Most of us have made money trading, but how many of us can say we consistently make money? That's the issue. That's what we want. We want to be able to make that money like regularly. But one thing he said is the 4H. So your 4H is still your litmus test. It's still going to, now you determined it's a downtrending market. Now a market can be downtrending. We're still going to have periods when it goes up, right? And if you're a day trader like I am, or if you're a scalper, you're only in your trade for as short a period of time as you need to hit your profit margins. So I can get into a trade for 5 minutes, even though it's in a downtrending market. 5 minutes is trending up. It might trend up for 20 minutes. I can still make money on the uptick. The 4H, don't enter a trade without looking at your 4H. If we look at the 4H of Tesla, look at the 4H of Tesla on Friday. So so the 4H of Tesla, of course, it was the 4H represents 4 hours. So it wasn't this long. Entering into that trade, Tesla ran up, so it was green for a period of time. And so I have to break and mention the second thing never to do. As a new trader, as a seasoned trader, try your best not to trade in the first 10 to 15 minutes of the market opening. Now, this doesn't apply to cryptocurrency because cryptocurrency trades 24/7. But for all other markets that close and then open, those first few minutes when market opens, kind of dangerous for a newbie to get in, because in a downtrending market, price can still run up for 10 minutes. And if you're in a long position, it can change on you in a fraction of a second. And before you know it, you were up $300, you blink and you're down $250. So I have learned not to enter a trade. I will enter a trade now because I don't classify myself as a newbie anymore. So I feel I know what I'm doing. But when you start trading, don't enter a trade as much as you can in the first 10 to 15 minutes. But look at Tesla here. Let's look at if you look at the moving average, you can see the short moving average, the 3-day, the smallest moving average is below the 8-day, which is below the 20-day. You're not going to go long. This tells you that price is heading down for the rest of the day. Price is heading down for the rest of the day. I'll show you a 4H. Oh, look at this beautiful 4H here. So we're still on the 4H, the 4-hourly time frame. The day starts here, and this 4H, look at it. Not only is the candlestick green, but look at your moving averages. Your 3, the smallest moving average, crossed over the 8. So when your moving averages are pointing upwards and they're in the right order, the smallest, the next, and then the largest, that's looking like a good time to enter into the market. Or rather, that looks like a good time to enter into your trade or to go long on your trade. I hope I've answered your question. So 2 things to take from there. Your larger moving averages, you're going to use them to figure out the direction of the market. So the daily, the weekly, yes, and the daily. So you're going to just get a bird's eye view of what's going on. Then you're going to come down to your 4H, and your 4H, you want to kind of look at your moving averages. If they're pointing upwards, that's a good sign. If you have a cross, can you see this cross here? Just before the market opens, the gray areas are pre-market. So there's trading that goes on before the market actually opens at 9:30 a.m. here, New York time. And so we see a golden cross right here. And then we see our 2 moving averages pointing upwards. And then we see green candlestick on the 4H. Hello, this looks like money-making time on a long position. You enter low, you sell high. Again, that's not all I look at. I will also look at my Bollinger Bands. Now, if you don't know much about Bollinger Bands, I can't pull it up. So you know what? I have a very sticky platform here, and let me see what I can do, because I need my Bollinger Bands. Okay, so I've split it into 2 screens. No. Oh, I didn't realize I deleted that. Okay. Let's see if I can find something with Bollinger Bands. Okay, so Bollinger Bands are so important. So let me come back. Bollinger Bands. If I'm going to teach a newbie one indicator, yes, it will be the moving averages, but the second thing will be Bollinger Bands. Yes, I'll get to your other question, Ersin. But Bollinger Bands are very basic. You buy when the price action is at the bottom band, and you sell once it starts moving towards the upward band. Because the essence of the Bollinger Band is that price action will always move within the bands. So if we come out of this, and if we look at price action, I mean, just look at it. It goes up, it comes down to the middle band. Here is ranging. So when we are in a range, you see, it's neither up nor down. That happens. And then once it comes out of that range, up we go, down we go. Down, up, down. So this is a 4-hour. I generally don't use my Bollinger Bands on the 4-hour. Once my trend, I figured out my trend, I figured out direction of trade with the higher up moving averages, with the higher up time frames, I'm going to come down to my lower time frames. Yes. Before I enter a trade, I'm on the 1 minute. I'm on the 1 minute and the 5 minute. Those are, you can see up here, those are my two go-to time frames. I need those two guys before I enter into a trade. So I hope I answered your questions. So what do we have here? 1 minute and 1 minute. So yeah, 1 minute and 5 minutes. So I would look at the 1 minute, I would look at the 5 minute. You've got to do a lot of education on these, the importance of these time frames. You got to really, there's so much more to it than I can say in the short time I have here. So Ersin. Okay, Ersin from Russia. I was almost forgetting where you said you were from. Says, Simi, can I ask other question? During trading, which rate we can use for stop loss? That's another good question. You got so many good questions going on here. How are you going to set a stop loss? Now, the first thing you do know is you're setting a stop loss below your entry point. So that's basic. And a stop loss is literally going to stop your losses. So if a trade goes against you, and your losses could run into hundreds of dollars, but if you set your stop loss to exit you, it could be at a percentage, maybe a 1% stop loss. It could be at a set figure, $50. That's it. You're not ready to lose more than $50. Well, that's what a stop loss is good for. But then again, it's where do you set it? You're always going to set your stop loss. Let me see if I can go back to my big screen. You're always going to, I'm going to indicate, let me do it here. Can I do it here? Assuming I enter this trade. Now, I love to enter, one of my favorite strategies of all time is the breakout strategy. So if we're looking at this candlestick that I'm highlighting right here at 3:30, this candlestick is a green candlestick. Price action ran up and then came down and closed here at the end of 1 minute. The next candlestick, red candlestick, opens here, runs down, closes right below it. My breakout strategy will be such that, guys, look at it. I'll give some little annotations. Right there is where you can see price actions run up. Now, I am going to want to enter this trade the minute it breaks above the red. That red, where I have that red line, that price level, I am going to want to break out above there because I have created a band, a resistance. I drew a level. So again, you can't really trade without knowing your support and resistance levels. When I started trading as a newbie, I didn't even know what support and resistance was. Now that I know what it is, I can't imagine entering a trade without drawing or marking out my support and resistance levels. This red is a resistance. Why is it a resistance? Well, it's a resistance because at this point, it's resisting price action. It's resisting price action going above the red line. It tries, it goes above, but it closes just about below it. It resisting it here. It's a bit slow and clunky drawing these little circles. It resists price action here. Oh, I've got an arrow here. So the point is where you can see at the red line, there's a lot of resistance. There's a lot of resistance. The minute price action breaks above resistance, boom, that would be an entry point. Now, I would enter into this trade only because my smallest moving average, the green, is already in position. It's already above the 8. So we're already showing an upward movement because we already have a cross. I think we crossed down here. Here we have our cross down here. We have our golden cross right down here. So there's our golden cross. Somewhere there anyway. So I'm already in position and I can already tell from the golden cross that price action is trending upwards. The next thing is I'm waiting for a breakout. So once it breaks out above the resistance, I'm going to enter that trade. And when you enter the trade, guys, see what happens up here. This is 1 minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 minutes for a scalper or a day trader. If you know what you're doing, you can make a lot of money with price action heading upwards. So I hope that answers your questions. Oh, so stop loss. No, it hasn't answered your question. Stop loss, I'm going to set my stop loss below the point at which I entered. So that will mean different things for different people. As a newbie, you probably just want to play safe. You don't want to lose a lot of your money. So you want to set a stop loss or maybe a hard amount, a set amount, $25, you're out. If you lose below more than 25, if you lose more, whatever it is, everybody's resistance to loss is different. 1%, if you want to go with percentages, you only want to lose 1% or 2% of whatever you've put into that trade. That's what you set your stop loss at. But it's usually you set your stop loss below a resistance point. So I won't set my stop loss exactly at this red level. I will set it a little below it. Will be below it by 5%, 10%. What is it to you? It's got to be meaningful to you. When I'm in a riskier trade, I'll set tighter stop losses. When I'm in a trade that I'm almost 100% sure of, even though it's almost impossible to be 100% of anything, then I'll give my stop loss more, make it wider. If I'm in an extremely volatile market, I'm going to set my stop loss pretty wide. Because in a volatile market, prices are swinging high and then they're swinging low and then they're swinging high. And you just don't want to get tripped out of your trade because you're in a volatile market. I hope that answers your question, Ursin. You need to watch quite a few. I have a few videos on stop loss. I think even last Wednesday. Yes, last week, Wednesday. The video I uploaded to YouTube was on stop losses and OCO orders. So make sure you watch that one. So that's my most recent video. Any more questions? Let's know where you're from. If you're just joining us on this platform, we have about 30 minutes more before we're done. Where are you from? How long have you been trading? What do you trade? Are you all into crypto? Do you trade futures? Introduce yourself. And what's your favorite indicator as well? I'm curious to know what indicators you use. Okay. Hi, Nigerian investor. That's your YouTube channel name. Can one use the Bollinger Band on its own or in conjunction with other indicators? And is it safe to use just the Bollinger Band? It's never safe to use just one indicator, period. It's just not. So it's a bit like when you want to shop for a big ticket item, a car. You're not just going to go to the, well, I guess some people can do that. Just go to the car dealership and just say, just give me that one. Most of us will shop around, go to this dealership, go to that one, The same with your trade. You're not just going to enter the trade on account of just one indicator. One indicator says green, go, and you jump in. No. A lot of the Bollinger Bands is, I love the use of the Bollinger Bands, but I try to use it in conjunction with. So I'm going to use it in conjunction with my moving averages. I need to see some kind of a cross. The higher the time frame on which you see a cross, the more certain is the validity of that cross. So a cross on the 1 minute isn't anything to get too excited about, but a cross on the daily, oh yes, it's money making time. Or a cross on the 4H, that's speaking my language. Yeah, I hope that answered your question. So you're going to use your Bollingers in conjunction with. I also usually like to use when I'm using Bollingers, I like to look at my volume, guys. You got to always use your volume. Let me see if I can find volume. And if I'm going to look at volume, like how much trade is going on. So this is a daily chart. I'm going to use volume in conjunction with a cross. I don't have crosses here, but look at this volume. So this is from Friday evening. Let's zoom out. First of all, our volume is down here. So down here with the green and the red histograms is my 50-day volume average. So it's the average of volume over the past 50 days. And so the signal line is this yellowish line here. So where you have the bars popping above that 50-day, that's a lot of volume compared to the last 50 days. And that is a good indication. We can look at it here. Let's look at it right here. So this is a daily chart. So this day here, we can see price action had been under the mid Bollinger. So remember we said price action on the Bollinger will go from bottom to top. It could take a little detour here and there, but all in all, it will try to get to the top, and it usually does. So we can see it made it to the top here, but over almost 3 weeks. But what would make me enter a trade here this day and stay in the trade to the next day? So what would make me swing trade? So basically, I scalp. I'm a day trader, and I'm a swing trader as well. So I will hold positions over a few days. And the only thing that will make me hold a position over a few days, definitely my indicators have to be speaking the language that I'm looking for. But I need volume, guys. I need there to be adequate. So right now, this histogram is green because there are more buyers than sellers. That's what the green and the red means. Once the histogram turns red, there are more sellers than buyers. I like this green because I like this histogram. Not only is it green, showing me there's a greater proportion of buyers to sellers. Buyers push the price up, by the way. Sellers push the price down. Not only that, but look, it's got more volume than it has over the past 50 days. So that's 2 reasons why I'm going to hold that trade till the next day. And if I do hold it to the next day, it gaps up. Beautiful. It closes at the bottom of this candle, at the top of this candle. Look at how it gapped up. So that's enough gap on a daily chart to make quite a bit of money. Okay, let's see. More questions. Summer Sky Summer Sky from Sweden, I think. Did I get that right? Forgive me if I didn't. Summer Sky says, where are you? I began purchasing crypto in 2019 for investment purposes only. Now I am interested in Forex trading. That's interesting. I guess the question is, when you say for investment purposes only, I'm assuming you mean you're more interested in just buying your coins and just holding them over a period of time. That works too. You know, one of the richest men in the United States, Warren Buffett, has made his billions by buying into companies when the stocks are undervalued and really low and just holding them over like years. So that is a strategy that works. But you want to get into Forex trading. Forex trading is something I don't do. I have a very good friend in London. She was on just now, Margaret. She trades Forex. It's something I've kind of, I believe I can get into it. I'd love to find time to get into Forex trading, but no, I do not trade Forex. But one thing that is going to be common, whether you're Forex trading, crypto trading, stocks, whatever you're doing, the charts are the same. The charts speak the same language. You're going to use your Bollinger Bands, your RSI indicators. You're going to need volume as well when you enter into your Forex trades. So what we're doing here with trade analysis is what we can use across the board. I trade options. I use the same charts. I trade cryptocurrency. I use the same charts. And I trade stocks, equities. I was trading Tesla on Friday. It's the same charts, different platforms, different securities, same charts. So it's the same information. So I hope you can learn, you know, everything you need to learn on my channel. Make sure you subscribe. Oh, and if you're not part of a trading community, I think it's important to be part of a trading community because it's difficult to trade as a standalone trader. You know, you got to have your ear to the ground. I do hold one-on-one coaching sessions. If you're interested in it, it's in the description box below. If you're also interested in joining my Telegram group where there are other traders who can answer your questions and, you know, give you good information, join my Telegram group. That's in the description box below. One-on-one coaching is something I do, and I've coached a few people over a period of time. But one thing I tend to say, and I have people who usually want to know how to work these charts better. And a few of them have been into crypto, and a couple have been into Forex as well. So the point is, it's the same concepts that we're learning in charting. Summer Sky from UK, not Sweden. Sweden was somebody else. UK, that's my country. I claim two countries. I claim Nigeria and I claim the United Kingdom. I've lived in both. I schooled in both. I'm living in the US. I've never schooled in the US. The only schooling I've done in the US is on YouTube. Okay. So yes, Summer Sky is definitely hodling, and that is what I'm doing too with my Bitcoin. Once I buy Bitcoin, I'm not releasing Bitcoin. I'm not selling it. I might convert it to other coins to do a bit of trading, but I am not using my Bitcoin. I don't care what. I'm holding Bitcoin. So yes, I'm hodling too. Thank you, Summer. Yes. So in this, I want to call it a profession, right? Because we have people who actually trade. It's a profession. But for many of us who are just learning the profession, there's a lot of potential. But I must say, if you're not committed enough to put in hours, and I mean on a daily basis, I'm not talking about 3 hours on a Saturday, and then the next time you want to look into anything, it's another Saturday, it's another couple of weeks. No. I mean like every day, like school. Once you can do that and give yourself time, don't be quick to trade. That's one thing I didn't do well. My mentor warned me not to trade for the first 6 months. I was just trading behind his back. As soon as he taught me something, I was so excited I'd go use it. Of course, I lost a lot of money. So I've learned that, you know, give yourself time to learn. Paper trade is awesome. Open a paper trade account with whichever broker you're with. A lot of them do have paper trade accounts. This brokerage I use here, I use to buy my shares, my equities, and I do my option trading on this account. They have an awesome paper trading feature. So once you learn a new strategy, you want to try it out on fake money, right? You just want to try out your strategy. So yeah, my breakout strategy, I think I'm going to make another video on it, because I made a video on it and I didn't title it breakout. I think I titled it something like, it was something like 2 things you need to do to increase your profits or something like that. So I'm going to make another one on the breakout strategy because I use it so much. It's really helped my trading. It's helped my trading a lot. So Tunde also says, Simi, I have a problem locating / researching a coin to trade over a day trade or scalp. So I've made another video. I think I've made 2 of them on how to search for a coin to trade. But I'll be honest, full transparency, most times I don't need to search for coins to trade because I'm plugged into quite a few trading communities. And so people who spend all their time and all their resources are just searching out what to trade, I prefer to kind of be on their trading group or be subscribed to their newsletter, and you know, things like that. I do use my own watch list, and if I open this up, you'll see my watch list here, and this is my watch list that I've set up myself. And so if I see something show up on this particular watch list, you know, it will draw my attention to it. And then as soon as I see it, I'll go look at the charts. Very first thing I always look at is the daily. I want to see what's been going on over the day. I want to see the trend. So once it shows up here, you know, I start researching it. And then once I put it up here, it's because most of what I have up here is what I'm already invested in. So you can see it's been a lot of red going on. But because I trade options, I make money when stocks are red as well. So don't pay attention to too much to the red. But be part of a community is so important. How else do I get stocks to trade? Listen to the news. Make sure you have access to websites. Bazinga is a good one, and Finwits or something like that is another one. I don't use it that much, but there's everything you need to know to get you into the news, like what's going on. For instance, when Elon Musk invested, I think he invested $1 billion in Bitcoin, right? And I don't know, this is like, 3 weeks ago? Maybe not quite a month ago. And what happened to the price of Bitcoin? That thing shot up so fast. Because, I mean, it's not just about the money he invested. I'm trying to pull that up. Let me see if I can pull up my other chart. Sometimes technology works in your favor. Sometimes it works against you. This is my Telegram group. Okay, so here is my my trading view platform. I hope you can see this. Here is my trading view platform, and so again, I have a bunch of stocks I'm keeping an eye on. I've set alerts for some of them. So for instance, this one is Bitcoin USD. So like I said, I like to trade well, I don't trade Bitcoin as much as I hodl Bitcoin, a bit like Summer. I hodl Bitcoin, and this is a daily chart. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week. Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin was just down, down, down. Now, that doesn't bother me. I didn't sell Bitcoin because of that, because I believe in Bitcoin over the long period. I believe it's going to 100,000. Right now, it's down to 47. And so I'm holding. But if I want to buy more Bitcoin, I would look on my charts, and I think about the time Elon Musk, about the time he invested in his company by purchasing Bitcoin. You know, we had that a good upward movement. So that would have been a good time also to jump on the bandwagon and buy at that time. But you know, coming down is come down again. If I want to go back up into Bitcoin, I'm gonna set I'll set my resistance. Right now, resistance is about here, somewhere there. And I will set an alert on my resistance. Once I set the alert, I'll set it to, if it goes above 57,200, let me know, and I'll buy back into Bitcoin. I basically invest in Bitcoin pretty much every 2 weeks. Like I do large investments in Bitcoin, and then yeah, basically. So, but anyway, so that's I hope that answered your question. So locating and researching a coin, you have to have your ear to the ground. You know, when Elon Musk did what he did, the price of Bitcoin went up. It's important to know that he did what he did. Twitter, I use Twitter so much, guys. We in the financial Twitter community, we call ourselves, FinTwit, financial Twitter. And I will make a video where I will show all the different news media and groups and people that I follow, where I just get information. So if someone is saying, oh, look, this particular stock has just broken above resistance and it's broken above a 3-year resistance. Okay, I'm interested. So if a stock has been trading, let's look at cryptocurrency. Look at crypto, guys. Look at it. It was going nowhere fast. So if somebody at this point, let me see if I can pull it up. Okay, so Bitcoin was just going nowhere fast. So if, say, because it took years for Bitcoin to come back again, and we have people who are doing their due diligence, and they notice at this point right here, no, the wrong direction. Here, this candlestick. They noticed Bitcoin on this particular day. What day is that? 27th of July, 2020. And they're tweeting that Bitcoin has broken resistance. It's broken above resistance. Okay, and if I'm already following that person who's tweeted that, then I'm going to quickly pull up my charts. I'm going to look at it. Once I look at it, I see what I like, boom, I'm in. So that's the way I trade, really. So I usually don't even have an opportunity to not have something to trade where I'll say, let me go and scan. Let me go and search for something to trade. But it's good to know how to search for something to trade. I will make a video on it. And I've made 2 already, so subscribe to my channel and yeah, check that out. TCM Talk. Hi, how are you? Where are you calling in from? I also have Somali Hero. Somali Hero, I would assume you're calling in from Somalia. True or false? Unless you're living in another country and you still consider yourself Somali Hero. So Somali Hero is saying, is trading with smartphones a bad idea? Nope. The only thing about trading with a smartphone is you may not be able to do as much analysis as you would on a desktop. That's all. But once, say, you already know what you want to enter into, and you're just, maybe you set an alert on your phone that, okay, once it crosses above a certain price level, boom, let me know. You're not behind your desk, you have your phone, you get your alert or whatever it is, you quickly check the charts. You don't need to, the smartphone isn't too great at being able to draw your charts and draw your lines and all that. But once you have something set up, yeah, I use my smartphone all the time. Robinhood, anybody have Robinhood accounts? I use Robinhood. I use Webull. I use Webull on my phone. I'm just now trying to set up my desktop version of Webull. Those two I trade on my phone a lot. I hope that answers your question. Okay, so I think I've answered everybody's questions. If I haven't answered your question, type it in again, so it comes up again. Hey, Luna the Moons, good to see you again. Luna the Moon, I like that. I love that channel name. Tunde says, any community that I suggest. I'm part of a few of them. Definitely get onto Twitter. I have a Twitter handle, but I don't do a lot on Twitter. I don't post a lot on Twitter. Whenever I post a video, every now and then I'll put it on. But I don't post, like, I don't call out trades or anything like that. I think I'll make a video on that. Maybe that'll be helpful. I don't know if it'll be helpful if people want to know who I follow on these platforms. So Twitter, definitely YouTube. Warrior Trader is someone I follow quite a bit on YouTube. I used to follow him a lot more, and he does a lot of let me write it down here. Warrior, I think it's called Warrior Trading. That's what I think it's called. Warrior Trading or Warrior Trader. But he's mostly a short seller. He mostly is looking to short a stock. But I followed him for a period of time because I love the way he analyzes his stocks before he enters into any particular stock or any particular equity. He does a lot of analysis, and so that's what I wanted to learn. So Warrior Trader. Who else? Yeah, I think I need to make a video on that. I see a question somewhere by Morris O'Neill. Where are you from, Morris? I'm not gonna take any questions if you don't tell me where you're from. How about that? I just love to know where you guys are beaming in from. It makes the world seem smaller, like a smaller place. If I can talk to somebody in Siberia and I'm on the other end of the world, or somebody in Hawaii, I just feel so happy. So don't deprive me of my joy. Let me know where you're beaming in from, Morris O'Neill. But you do say, is a 1,500 euros budget enough to day trade and make around 100 euros per day in crypto? And what are the best cryptos I can use to day trade, please? The second question is $1 million question. If everybody knew what the best crypto was, everybody would be trading it and everybody would be making money. So that is the part where you gotta kind of labor at it. You gotta work at it. You gotta build your community. You gotta subscribe to people that you know they do their due diligence before they trade different stocks. Tell me what you trade. Oh, you told me crypto. Okay, crypto. I do have, I'm going to put it here, down here. Now, these guys, this is not a promotion or anything. You're not paying me to say what I'm about to say. But I did have a client once who, hi, Stephanie, if you're there. She was one of my first clients, actually. Stephanie is based in Italy, and she was almost completely new to cryptocurrency. And she just wanted me to show her how to enter trade signals that she bought. So she paid monthly to get trade signals called out to her, sent to her text phone. Buy at this point, sell at this point, set your stop loss at this point. And this is what she used. She used my crypto paradise. Now, I wouldn't write it here if I haven't tried it out to some degree. I tried it out, crypto paradise. I think that's it. You know, try them out, follow them for a while, read their newsletters. Anything they would call out, I would go check it on the charts. And I like what I see. They've been around for quite a while. They do have a paid subscription. And then they have, I think they have several levels of paid subscriptions, but they do have a free subscription, which is all I did, because I don't buy signals. I'm not too into that. So I just wanted to try it out. And they will send a few free signals. I guess the point is to use it as bait to reel you in. You know, they call out a free signal, you make some money, you get excited, you think, okay, this is gonna be worth X amount, paying X amount every month, so I can get more signals. So check them out. I won't say use them immediately. I'll say paper trade. So who asked? Maurice Onion. Paper trade with my crypto paradise. Make sure they're authentic for you. They may be authentic for me and may not work for your style. So that's your second question I answered there. Your first question is 1,500 euros budget enough to day trade and make around 100 euros. The first question I would want to ask you is, how much of that 1,500 euros are you prepared to lose? I want you to think about that question. How much of that 15 euros are you prepared to lose in the quest to make a profit? Because the biggest problem traders have is managing their losses. Risk management. If everybody can manage their losses, then we'll automatically make money. So no point making, let's say 100, you said 100 euros. You make 100 euros on Monday, you make 100 euros on Tuesday, and then come Wednesday, you lose 500 euros. So there's some questions I'd want to ask you even before even answering your question, like, can you trade 1,500 euros, 1,500 euros, and make 100 euros a day? Let me pull up my calculator. Let's see that percentage. Yeah. So you want to make 100%. No, you want to make $100, and you want to trade 1,500 euros. Let's see. So you're planning on making about 6% on each of your trades. It's not impossible, but the feat is to make it possible. The quest is to make it possible. And if you're new to trading, I would say start off with trying to make 1%, make 2%. Start off by trying to lose as little as possible. Start off by trying to win more times than you lose on your trades. So what I mean by that, if you trade on Monday and all you make is $50 or 50 euros, that's a good day. It's good because you didn't lose money. It's not the quantity. It's important when you start off trading, don't be concerned about the quantity. Don't be concerned about, $100, I need to make $200. No, it doesn't work that way. You gotta get yourself to a point where you can trade in the green consistently. Now, if out of 5 days of the trading week, you can trade 4 days green, now you're speaking my language, or you're speaking the language you should be speaking as a trader. So you need to know your track record. Paper trade with $1,500. It's not your money. You got nothing to lose. Paper trade with your 1,500 euros, and after 1 week, let's know your profit margins. Let's know your win-loss ratios. Let's know how many days you were green compared to how many days you were red. That's what's going to answer your question about if you can make $100. If you can learn to make $1 a day, $1, okay, let's say $10. You can make $10 a day, 5 days a week. Then there is a greater chance you can make $100 a day, 5 days a week. But if you can't make $10, you make $10 on Monday, you lose $16 on Tuesday, you make $30 on Wednesday, you lose $29. You're going to do the same thing with $1,500. So that's why I said, how much of it are you ready to lose? Okay, so hi, Barry Bab. Where are you from? Oh, and by the way, you haven't told me where you're from, Maurice Onion. You haven't told me where you're from, TCSM Talk. And now we have Barry Bab. $4 million market cap, so potential of massive earnings. I don't know what you're referring to. Barry Bab, I don't know. You said $4 million market cap, so potential of massive earnings. Potential, definitely. The potential is there, but I don't know what you're referring to. The fact that there's potential doesn't mean you or I will make money on it. It's our trading strategy. It's our win-loss ratios, our average. It's our, the strategies. It's even the amount we invest. I mean, think about it. 1% of $100 is $1. 1% of $100,000. Well, you do the math. So that is where the money lies. But if you can trade and not have any red days or very few red days, it's going to be almost impossible to always trade in the green. I'll tell you that already. I don't care how experienced you are. There is no trade out there who can trade every single day green. That's why it's important to learn your risk management. It's so key. And I've gone over 1 hour, guys. It's 11:05 over here in sunny New York. That's my sarcasm there. It's not snow. It's not sunny. It's snowy over here. Snowy New Jersey. We're a small little state right beside New York. It's been nice talking with you guys, and I'll be back here same time, same place, 10 a.m. Saturday. And let me know your thoughts on what other kind of what kind of content you'd like to see during these live sessions. I call it a Q&A session because it's an opportunity to answer your questions. So if there's any particular topic area that you want me to deal with, work on, hook up with me on my Telegram group and let me know. And I have one more question. Yes, Somali Hero is from Somalia. Oh, but you live in the Netherlands. Nice. It's cold up there too. And we also have Nigerian investor. Oh, Nigerian investor. Oh, your name is Boluwatife. You're in Abuja. I love Abuja. And you hold Nigerian stocks and trade crypto. Nice meeting you too. Okay. Have a great week and come back with your trading stories and let's analyze some more of your trades. I'll be here same time next week.